Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. I hope I'm audible to all of you. Okay, so welcome to the today's LinkedIn session, and today's our topic is the importance of the reinforcement learning in the data science, or we can tell it as the importance of the reinforcement learning in AI, because data science is nothing but it is a part of AI. So before starting to this session, so first of all, I'm going to introduce myself. This is Tapashwini Nayak, a consultant trainer at Sankhyaana Consultancy Services, and I'm here at Sankhyaana serving since 3 years, since last 3 years. So, talking about Sankhyaana, it's an IT firm that is providing the best analytical solutions to different organizations, the consultancy, and the training purpose for the both students and professionals since 8 years. So, this is all about my introduction, and I have also talked about Sankhyana. So now let's proceed to our today's topic. So before going to our today's topic, first of all, I want to discuss the agenda of whatever things that we are going to discuss today. So the first and the foremost thing that we are going to discuss today is the introduction to the artificial intelligence. And in this part also, we are going to cover the importance, or we can talk it of like the overview of the data science and its distributions and all. After that, we are going to discuss the features of artificial intelligence. Then we will talk about the overview of the machine learning. Okay, because reinforcement learning is nothing but it's a part that comes under the machine learning. So after that, we are going to discuss about what is the reinforcement learning, then what is its work process, what are its types, its features, its applications, and last but not the least, its importance. Okay, so let's talk about the introduction to the artificial intelligence. So, what do you understand by the term that is artificial intelligence? The artificial intelligence, it's a, if you will talk about the introduction, it's nothing but it will help you to understand what is, suppose we are the humans here, right? We are the humans. So artificial intelligence, as from its name, it denotes what? It's like artificial. Whatever the human is doing through its intelligence, because humans are known for their intelligence, because we have the brain, we have that much of capability, we have the thinking ability, and by our thinking ability and the logics that we are building in our brain, so through that logic, through that intelligence, we have developed, the humans have developed a huge amount or a huge number of applications that are serving everyone right here, right now in worldwide. Okay. So in today's world, as we know that our technology is growing very fast, right? So, and we are also getting in touch with different new technologies day by day. So from this technology, among this technology, one of the blooming technology of the computer science is the artificial intelligence, which is ready to create a new revolution in the world by making the intelligent machine. Okay, we know about the robots, right? That are completely doing every activity that a human do. But how does this robot works? It's the humans, right, who have created the robots, who have developed the robots, who have created some applications and installed into it, by which it is doing everything that a human does. Every actions, every reactions, every performance, and it's better than the humans. Okay, it is doing better performance than the humans. So the artificial intelligence is now all around us. It is currently working with a variety of, we can tell it as a subfields, ranging from the general to the specific, such as self-driving cars. Like we have different kind of mobile applications. We all have know about the PUBG, right? The most popular game that has become the It's a very popular game worldwide. Okay, the proving the theorems, playing music, painting. We all know about the Netflix. Okay, this is the very common example. We are playing the YouTube. Yes or no? So this is the kind of AI applications only. So it is one of the fascinating and the universal fields of the computer science, which has a great scope in future. If you will enroll in the AI, or if you are learning the AI, if you are in the generating AI part, then you never know that what kind of features, what kind of applications you are going to create, because it is completely an amazing technology that has come up worldwide in a very advanced, in a very modern manner. Okay, so it holds a tendency which will cause a machine to work as a human. So it is composed of two words, as we know. One is the artificial, and second one is the intelligence. Where the artificial defines that a man-made. Okay, it is a complete man-made, and the intelligence defines the thinking power. So that will, if you will join the two words, if you will merge the two words, then AI is nothing but it is a man-made thinking power. So, in a layman way, if we will discuss, if we will define the AI, then we can tell it as it is a branch of computer science by which we can create intelligent machines which can behave like a human, think like a human, and it is able to make the decisions. Okay, so whatever things that we are learning in the data science, we all know that in data science, we know we come across the machine learning, we come across the deep learning. So if we will talk about the data science, then in this part, okay, in this part, we have the machine learning, we have the deep learning, we have the natural language processing, in which we are dealing with the what text to speeches. Okay, all that thing, the Alexa or Siri, we can take it as an example, where in Google Alexa or in Siri, what we are doing, or we can tell it as we are just speaking something, right? And it is just recognizing our speech, and according to that, it is also giving us the response in the form of the speech. Yes or no? So this is the kind of natural language processing, we can say it as. Then after that, we have the computer vision. Okay, like suppose we just take it an example. Suppose in a criminal investigation, okay, in a CBI process or in a FBI process. So suppose they want to identify a criminal by its facial recognition. So what they are doing, they just match up the image. They just match up the image, and behind the image we have some pixels. Okay, so if the pixels got matched, then obviously it will create a complete duplicate image of that person. So this is all about, this a very highly advanced part, that when you will go details in the computer vision, NLP and all that, then you will get to know about it. I'm just giving you an overview description to make you understand that what the things that includes in the complete data science or in the complete artificial intelligence. So to write this machine learning, to make the machine learn, okay, for the deep learning, for the NLP, for the computer vision. So what we do, first of all, the first and foremost thing that comes, the data. Yes or no? So the data is nothing but, we all know that it is a pieces of meaningful information. So when we are generating the data, when the world is completely generating the data in a huge amount, so what we all do with that data? The analyzation. Okay, whenever we are getting in data, we are just getting, we are looking into it, that okay, what type of data is it, and what kind of conclusions we can derive it from that. So for that analysis, we use the statistics here. Okay, we use the statistics, we use the exploratory data analysis. Okay, and for this statistical code, all the code, okay, suppose I am now delivering you the what, the artificial intelligence, about the artificial intelligence. Okay, so what is the mode of communication I have? In English, yes or no? In English, I am giving you the all the informations right now. So it is a mode of communication between you and me. So in that way, okay, in the same way, what will be the communication mode? There will be some language, right? So for that language into which we can interact into the with the system, with the computer, to make him learn, to make it learn, to make it understand, to make it completely able for any decision making. So for that mode of communication, we use some language, and it is a computer programming language, that is Python or R. Okay, so Python is nowadays, it is the most user friendly and the most usable language nowadays. So this is all about whatever you are doing with the data science, whatever part. Okay, at the last, at the end of the day, you are going to build an artificial intelligence application or AI application. So this is all about the complete introduction to the artificial intelligence. So if we talk more about AI, for instance, the researchers have trained the computer models to identify an individual's personality traits more accurately. Okay, so while commonly thought of as a threat to privacy, the AI has the most potential to help the preserve privacy and exert the control over the proprietary data and its derived assets. So, artificial intelligence is the simulation of the human intelligence processes by machines, especially by the computer systems. And the specific applications of the AI, including the expert system, the natural language processing, speech recognitions, machine vision. Okay, so all these things now I have told you recently just. So after that, we have the features of AI. So if we will talk about what are the complete features of the AI, then we have the deep learning, okay, we have the natural language processing, we have the machine learning, the neural networks, we have the computer vision. And if we will subset these things, all these things, then we have the supervised machine learning or supervised learning, we have the unsupervised learning, we have the reinforcement learning, and we have the semi supervised learning. Okay, so if we will talk about the advantages of the artificial intelligence, then it has the high accuracy with the less errors. It has the high speed, means the AI systems can be of very high speed and the fast decision making. Because of that AI systems, okay, can a person or a system can beat a chase champion also in the chase game. I'm just taking an example. Okay, so it is highly reliable. It is very useful for the risky areas. It has the digital assistant. Okay, and also it is very useful as a public utility and for the public safety. So this is all about the features. Now, if we will talk about the applications of the AI. Okay, so AI has the applications in different kind of industries. If we will talk about the healthcare, that is for assisting the doctors, for assisting the researchers, okay, for assisting the every member of a healthcare facility. Suppose you are visiting a medical or you are visiting a hospital. So whatever things means from taken from the entry of a patient, okay, taken from the entry of a patient to its diagnosis or to give the report, to give the report of the person's disease, of the patient's disease, or recommending the medicines. So all these things are including in the AI. Okay, nowadays they are getting very advanced, and the more they are just using it, okay, the images that are come from the diagnosis, suppose you are doing some ultrasound or you're doing some MRI, okay, or CT scans or X-rays. So the images that are formed, the images that are getting outputted, that is completely highly advanced and highly magnified. Okay, the pixels are very clear and very accurate, so that the doctor can recognize what is the very tiny things, because as the human body we don't know that what is happening inside our body. So it is just done by the diagnosed, okay, the diagnostics, which will help us to know that okay, actually what things or what disturbances or what is the unusual things that are going inside our body. So after that, we have the AI applications in the education system. If we will talk about the education system, just take an example of the automating grading system. We can tell it as okay. So that will help. Suppose there is an university, okay, and many of the students are getting enrolled in that university, okay. So what will happen? So, suppose take an example of a student who has secured marks in his schooling, okay, he has secured a very good marks, and after that in his suppose in his high school, okay, in his high schooling he has secured around 60% or 70% in mathematics, or we can tell it as he has a good score in science, but he is not good at the English and all, but his overall marks is good, his overall marks is good. So if you will take it as a, so beside that, okay, depending upon the marks that he have secured, what happened, they are giving the entrance, okay, so the marks, depending upon the marks they have secured, the colleges are giving the entry, the colleges are enrolling them, but they don't know that, okay, if the student has the interest or not in that particular subject, okay. So based on that, there is they have developed some AI applications in which they can predict the past data, and they can come up with a result that, okay, maybe the student has secured the overall marks, overall good marks, but in this subject he has secured this many of marks, and based on that the college can offer them the subject to grow ahead. Okay, so in the autonomous vehicles, for the advanced features also we have the AI applications for the business purpose. Okay, because nowadays all of things are getting up in the business. So for the business industries, as it is completely growing in a very fast rate, as it is evolving in a very fast rate, so AI has a big impact on the business modeling. Then the travel industry also, and in the social media for for serving the personalized experience. We all are using the social media, like we all are using the Facebooks, the LinkedIn, we all are using the YouTube, we all are using the Twitter or Instagram. Okay, so many of the social media applications we have that we are using. So these are the complete applications of the AI. Applications means we are using the AI in this field. So after that, coming to the machine learning. What do you understand by the machine learning? If we will talk about machine learning, so machine learning is nothing but it is a subset of AI. Okay, it is a complete subset of AI. So it is a growing technology which enables the computers to learn automatically from the past data. Okay, to learn automatically from the past data. So the it has machine learning uses various algorithms, we have different we have supervised algorithms, we have unsupervised algorithms. Okay, so for this they uses various algorithms for building the mathematical models and making the predictions using the historical data or the information, we can tell. So currently, if you will tell, it is being used for the various tasks such as image recognition, speech recognitions, email filtering. We can tell it as, yeah, it is a very good example. Then Facebook auto tagging also. We can take it the example of this, the recommender system, and many more. So in this real world, we are completely surrounded by the humans, right? Who can learn everything from their experience. Yes or no? Whatever we are learning, we are completely learning from our experience. So, with the learning capability, with the learning capability of the humans, okay, so they are developing the computers or the machines which work on the humans' instructions. But can a machine also learn from the past? It means past experience or past data like a human do? It is a question, right? It is obviously a question that can machine do this, because we all know that whatever human is giving the input to the machine, only based on that input it is giving the output. So how? without any human interference. A machine will work, a machine will give you the output, a machine will able to make the decision. Have you ever thought about the Netflix app or the YouTube? Suppose you are seeing some amazing things, okay? Suppose you are seeing an music video, some kind of very highly beated music videos. So whenever you are going to see one or two videos from that category, after that, have you ever you have noticed that okay, the YouTube is automatically giving you the suggestions of many more of that category, of many more music of that category. Or suppose you are watching the Netflix, okay, some crime thriller movies or some kind of any action movies. So whenever you are watching that, after that, it will give you the suggestions of the same category. So what here it is doing? It is identifying the user's behavior. Okay, if the human is like he is searching for the crime thriller movies, then it is analyzing. Okay, the application is analyzing your behavior, and based on that, it is giving you the suggestions. Okay, based on that, it is giving you the suggestions. So how a machine will do this? So this is the kind of human intelligence that has come up to the machine to learn by itself, by putting different kind of algorithms, by putting different kind of analysis upon that, it has been done. So if we will talk about the types of the machine learning, so we have the supervised machine learning, we have the unsupervised machine learning, and we have the reinforcement learning. Okay, so if we will talk about the complete process, okay, if we will talk about the complete process of the supervised learning, of the unsupervised learning, of the reinforcement learning, so it is a kind of completely used procedure. Okay, it is a complete of very used procedure we have. So we will not talk too much of details from that part, as the today's topic has been updated, like it is the part of the reinforcement learning. Okay, so we will directly go to the reinforcement learning part. Now, what do you mean by the reinforcement learning? We have already knew that okay, reinforcement learning is nothing but it is a part of machine learning. Yes or no? It is a complete part of the machine learning that we have. So if we will talk about the reinforcement learning, what does it mean? What does it mean? So reinforcement learning, it is nothing but it is a machine learning technique in which an agent learns to behave in an environment by performing the actions and seeing the results of the actions. Okay, so it is nothing but it is a machine learning technique in which there will be an agent. Okay, there will be an agent which learns to behave in an environment by performing the actions and by seeing the results action. For each good action, the agent gets the positive feedback, and for each bad action, the agent will get the negative feedback, or it will get the what? Penalty. Okay. So as we have discussed that there will be an agent. Okay. So just take an example of a kid, a newborn kid. So after when he just, I mean, suppose a kid will be of after 6 or 7 months. What we are doing? The parents of that kid, what they do? They just make them learn. Yes or no? They just make them learn with by saying some words to that kid. Okay. Suppose take an example. Suppose there is a toy. Okay. Suppose there is a toy, and what we are doing? How a child learn? How a newborn child learn? When you are giving, when you are saying the things repeatedly, okay, you are saying the things repeatedly that okay, this is a toy every day, you are just giving the hint, you are giving that in front of him, you are just placing that toy, and you are telling him that okay, it is a toy. It is a toy. Every day you are doing this. Okay. So after some days, when he starts speaking, okay, when he starts speaking, he automatically recognizes that okay, this is the toy. Okay, this is the toy. Suppose take an example of training a pet. Okay, we have a puppy. Okay, just training a pet. So this picture is completely denoting that only. So we all know that when we have a pet, what we do, we are making him trained, right, in certain things, like sit here, go there, okay, to obey the rules, yes or no. So this many kind of things, we are just telling the puppy that okay, sit here, and when he will sit, he knows that he will give a snack, he will have a snack, or he will have his food. So by this method, it is learning. Okay, by this method, it is learning. That means he know that when my owner is trying to tell me that okay, sit. This is the kind of instruction he is giving to me, and if I am doing this, then I am getting a reward. If I will not do this, then I will get a penalty. Okay, so this is nothing but this is the reinforcement learning. Okay, here is an agent. Okay, he is doing some actions. Okay, if it is the environment. Okay, if it is doing the right action, then it will get the reward. Okay, and it will get the observations also. So this is the reinforcement learning, which is a part of the machine learning. So in reinforcement learning, what happened? The agent will learn automatically using the feedbacks without any labeled data. Okay, so without any labeled data, it will automatically learns using the feedbacks. Since there is no labeled data, so the agent is bound to learn by its experience only. Okay, we are telling that okay, it is a toy, or sit here, sit here. Okay, so there means like that he has no idea from it. A puppy can't understand a human language, English, yes or no? But it will absorb our action. What instruction we are giving, it will absorb our action. It will absorb the environment. And he knows that whenever my owner is giving me that instruction, if I will do, I will get some food. Okay, so here the data is not labeled. Okay, the complete information is not given. Data is not labeled means the complete data is not given. Okay, so without the complete data, how a agent will be learned? By its experience. Okay, all each and every day the same thing he is observing. The same thing it is observing each and every day. So if it is observing each and every day, so that will make a habit. Okay, that will make a habit, that will create a image in his brain that okay, this thing is happening with me from this many days. So from that experience it will gain. Okay, from that experience it will learn. So the reinforcement learning, it solves a specific type of problem where the decision making is sequential. Okay, and the goal is a long term, such as game playing, or we can tell it as robotics. Take an example of robot. Okay, the robot that are getting developed by the humans. What happened there? Inside the robot, we are just installing some different kind of applications, and that applications is nothing but it is of the reinforcement learning. Okay, actually the robot is completely made up of the reinforcement learning. What kind of instructions we are giving, it will act upon that. It will automatically analyze. Suppose it will see an object, it will automatically analyze what is this object, what kind of material is it, okay, what is the use of this object, what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages, where the object is located, at which place the object is located. Okay, all the detailed information it will scan. Yes or no? So This is complete sequential, and this application is installed once inside the robot. Okay, after that, if some modifications is needed, then we are doing the modifications, but we are not completely changing it. So it is completely sequential. Okay, one after another, it will do. Now, if the agent interact with the environment and explore it by itself, the primary goal of an agent in the reinforcement learning is to improve the performance by getting the maximum positive reward. Okay, so when the agent is interacting with the environment and exploring it by itself, what will be the primary goal? What will be the main goal? That okay, if I am learning this, and if I am learning this to improve my performance. Okay, if after learning I have just improved, then I will get the maximum number of positive rewards. Okay, now so the when the agent will learn in this process of the hit and trial. Okay, this is a hit and trial method, and based on the experience. So what happens? It will learn to perform the task in a better way. When suppose we are learning a code. Okay, we are learning a code at first time, at the first instance when we see the code. Okay, what is it written? What is written here? We can't understand. We can't understand the logic. We can't understand the process, how the code is being written. Okay, but by practicing it over and over again, when we are practicing it continuously, what happened at that time? At the some point of time, we are gaining the knowledge that okay, this code is written in this way. Okay, and also if some similar kind of code is given to us, then we can write it, because we have the experience, we have the practice on it. So by the practice we are learning, right? We are learning to get even more better. Like that only the machine is learning to get even more better to improve its performance. Okay, so hence we can say that the reinforcement learning is a type of machine learning method where an intelligent agent, so this intelligent agent is nothing but it is a computer program. Okay, don't take it that okay, someone will be intelligent person who will be stay over there. No. So it is a completely computer program that interacts with the environment, whatever environment it has given to it. Okay, whatever environment has been surrounded to it, so it will interact with that environment, and what it will do, it will learn to act within that. Okay, it will learn to act within that. Suppose you are just suppose you have just kept in a room. Okay, without a television, without your mobile phone. Okay, you have kept in a room for at least 10 or 15 days. I know it is not possible, but just take an example. So after first 1 to 5 days, you will feel suffocated. Okay, you will get bored. That okay, it means how I will live without my system? How I will live without knowing that whatever going outside, whatever it is means. Whatever is going outside, then how I can I used to talk with my friends. Okay, how I will interact. So these many things initially it will come, but when you are getting, but when you get used to it, you learn to act. Okay, you learn to act as within it. Getting it? So the reinforcement learning is completely based on the human nature. Okay, as it is developed by the human, it is completely based on the human nature. So here the agent will, it is a core part. If you will talk about the reinforcement learning, then it is nothing but it is a core part of the artificial intelligence, and here all the AI agent, okay, all the AI agent works on the concept of the reinforcement learning. Okay, here we do not need to pre-program the agent. Whatever agent is present there, we don't need to pre-program it. Okay, so Why we don't need to pre-program it? Because it is learning from its own experience without any human intervention. Okay. Artificial intelligence, the reinforcement learning, machine learning, it is completely developed in such a way that the machine will learn itself without any human intervention. Okay. So if we will take an example, okay, if we will take an example, suppose just as I have given the example of the robot, or we can take it as a puppy. Okay, so like that only, it is getting to work. Now, if we will talk about the features of the reinforcement learning, the key features. So, in reinforcement learning, the agent is not instructed about the environment and the actions that will be needed to be taken. Okay, whatever instructions or something that will not be given to the agent, it will learn automatically. It will act as automatically. Okay, it is based on the hit and trial process. Okay, the agent that takes the action and changes the states according to the feedback of the previous action. The agent may get a delayed reward, or and the environment is, suppose the environment is stochastic, and the agent needs to explore it to reach to get the maximum positive rewards. Okay, so if we will talk about the terms that is used in reinforcement learning, so first we have talked about the agent. Okay, so agent is nothing but it is a it is an entity that can explore or perceive the environment and act upon it. Okay. Now the environment. What will be the environment here? It is nothing but it is a situation in which an agent is present or surrounded by. Okay. Whatever whatever thing or whatever situation the agent is being surrounded, so that is known as the environment. So in RL, means in reinforcement learning, we assume that the environment is stochastic, which means it is random in nature. Means the environment can be changed in any time. As we know that, suppose now I am eating, okay, and behind me, suppose um, some work is being done by my mother. Okay, so it doesn't mean that for 3 hours, for 4 hours, it will stick to that thing. No, maybe she will do some other work. Okay, so that the situation can be random. Okay, it can change. It can be changed. Now, what is the state or and the action? So the state is nothing. It is the situation only that is returned by the environment after each action taken by the agent. Okay, and what is the action? The actions are the moves that are taken by the agent within the environment. Okay, and coming to the reward term, it is a feedback returned to the agent from the environment to evaluate the action of the agent. Okay, now, so we have discussed the key features, we have discussed now the terms also. Now, so how does the reinforcement learning work? Okay, so before going that, I want to explain you two approaches. Okay, two approaches that has been implemented by the reinforcement learning. What are those? The first one is the value based approach. Second one is the policy based approach. And third one, sorry, there is three. Okay, three. Third one is my bad. Third one is the model based approach. Okay, so if you will talk about the value based approach, so the value based approach, it is about to find the optimal value function, you can tell. Okay, the optimal value function, which is the maximum value at a state under any policy. Okay, so therefore the agent will expect the long term return at any state under that policy. Okay, so what is the policy-based return? So it is an approach. If you will talk it as, or if you will say it as like to find the optimal policy for the maximum future rewards without using the value function. Okay, without using the value function means without using the optimal value. whatever state it is under any policy, okay, without using that, it will find the optimal policy for the maximum future rewards. Okay, that means maximum, if the agent is getting the, or if the agent is choosing the right action, okay, that means it will get a maximum positive feedback or maximum positive reward. So third one is the model based. So in the model based approach, what happened? A virtual mode is created for the environment. Okay, a virtual mode.
Thank you.
A virtual mode is created for the environment, and the agent will explore that environment to learn. So there is no particular solution or algorithm for this approach because the model representation is different for each environment. Okay. Now, if we will talk about the elements of the reinforcement learning, so it is nothing but it is the policy that we have discussed now, the reward signal, whatever reward it is getting, the value function at the model of the environment. Okay, there is completely means it is kind of if we will go deeper into this elements, there are many equations. Okay, that are many equations that has been implemented here. There are many logistic equations here. So for defining these terms, okay, what is the value function? What is the model? Okay, what is the whatever that the model of the environment, the reward signal, okay, the policy environment. So these are completely based on some of the numerical values, some of the numerical computations here. So how does reinforcement learning works? So to understand this working process, okay, we need to consider two main things. First one is our environment, second one is our agent. So as we know, environment is nothing but it can be anything, such as a room or a floor, okay, a maze, or a football ground or a rooftop, okay, or a playground, whatever it will maybe. The environment will be anything. And what is the agent? An agent is nothing but such as a AI robot or a AI dog. We can take it as, okay. This has developed recently, I think. Okay, so we can take it as. So now just see this example. Okay. See the first diagram here. So here the agent is present in the S9 block. Okay. The agent is here we have 12 blocks. Okay. And the agent is present at S9 block. So in the S4 block there is a diamond. Okay. And in the S8 block there is fire. If the agent is giving the response for the diamond, then he will get a reward of +1. If he is stuck, if he will get stuck in the fire, then he will get a reward of, or he will get a penalty of -1. Okay, so obviously, what the agent will do, the agent will take the diamond. So how, in which way it will go? Okay, which path it will, suppose take or we can take it as the agent here the okay, here the agent will he will can't cross the S6. Okay, this block. Okay, this block is highlighted, so the agent cannot cross this S block. It is a solid wall. Suppose this is a solid wall. If the agent will reaches the S4 block, okay, then he will get the positive reward. If it reaches the fire pit, then what happens? It will get a -1 regard point. So here what it will do, it can take four actions. Okay, it can take four actions. It can move up. Okay, it can move up, it can move down, it can move left, or it can move right. Okay, so this is the four actions it can take. It can move upward, it can move downward, okay, it can move left side, or it can move right side. Okay, it can't move this like this side, like diagonally or something. Either it will move in this one, okay, this one, this path. Suppose the agent will be in S1, okay, he can come down. Okay, so he can come to the left side, or if suppose the agent will be on S1, it can come to the right side. Only this 4 action it can perform. Okay, so here the agent can take any path to reach the final point. What is the scenario? The agent can take any path to reach the final point, but he needs to make it impossible in fewer steps. Suppose the agent consider here the path like S9, okay, like S9, S5, okay, S1, S2, S3, and he will then after he will get the diamond, right? And he will what? He will get a positive reward. Yes or no? So the agent will try to remember the preceding steps that it has taken to reach the final step. It will remember, okay, that okay, this many steps I have to go to bring this diamond. Okay, so step, to memorize this step, it assign one value to each previous step. Okay, one value to each previous step, like this. Value equals to 1. Okay, here v equals to 1, here v equals to 1, v equals to 1, v equals to 1. Okay, so now the agent has successfully stored the previous step, yes or no? It has stored the previous step as value 1 to each block, to each previous block. But what will the agent do if he starts moving from the block which has one value block on both the side? Suppose the agent will come here, okay, this part S1, okay, S1. So if he will come to the S1, what it have to do? Suppose if the agent will be in this part, okay, in this block. So here also, if he will move here also, it is V1 equal to 1. If he will move here also, it has V1. So in both the side, okay, it has value equals V equals 1 and V equals to 1. And why the agent given the value as v equals to 1? To remember the step, right? To remember the step that okay, when I am going from S9 to S5, so it is, so the S9 I have marked as what? V equals to 1. Then when I am going to S5 to S1, I have assigned the S5 as v equals to 1. So it is remembering the step here. Now what happened here? Suppose he come to this one, and this is also v equals to 1, this is also v equals to 1. It will get confused or not in this part? Okay, it will confuse. So it is a very difficult condition for the agent whether he would go up or down, as each block has the same value. Okay, as the value is same, so it will, he will get confused. Okay, so the above approach is not suitable. Is it suitable? No, the machine will get confused, right? It will get confused. So it is not suitable for the agent to reach the destination. So for this part, to avoid this kind of situation, there is an equation, we can tell it as a Bellman equation, okay, which is the main concept that is behind the what? That is behind the machine learning. So this Bellman equation is nothing but, it was, I will just give you a very short overview upon this. So it is introduced by the mathematician Richard Ernst. Okay, and this is introduced, I think, in the year of 1953. Okay, and it is associated with the dynamic programming and used to calculate the values of a decision problem at a certain point by including the values of the previous step. Okay, suppose it has assigned the v equals to 1 here. Okay, after moving to this part, when the agent will go from S9 to S5, so what it has done, it has assigned the value of S9 as 1. So when it will go to S5, from S5 to S1, okay, so means based upon this previous value, it will not count this value as v equals to 1. So here it will apply some equation. Okay, it will apply some equation and it will give some another value here. And for this reason, by doing this kind of imputation, by doing this kind of calculation, it will not, it will not get confused. Okay, it will not get confused. And if it will not get confused, then obviously it will develop, right? It will give a better performance, and also it will be rewarded. Yes or no? It will be also rewarded. So this is for this kind of thing, the Bellman equation has been introduced. Okay. Now come to the come here. So what happened here? Now it is giving the value as 0.66. Okay. Now it is giving the value as a 0.66. Then it has given the value as what? 0.73. Then it has given the value as the 0.81, 0.9. Okay, now it has given the value as the b equals to 1. So now is it getting confused? It will get confused? No, right? It will not get confused now. It will automatically reach here by remembering this previous points. Okay, by remembering this previous points. So this is the complete work process. Okay, I have just given the overview. This is the complete work process. Now, if we will talk about the types of the reinforcement learning. Okay, what are the types of the reinforcement learning? Then what we have here, we have gaming. Okay, we have the finance sector, we have the manufacturing, we have the inventory management, we have the robotics. Okay, so this kind of things that we have in the robotics, RL is used in the robot navigation, robo saucer, walking, juggling, whatever the things that is coming under the whatever thing that is performed by a robot. Okay. So now, if we will talk about the control, RL can be used for the adaptive control, such as the factory processes, admission control in telecommunication, and a helicopter. Suppose take an helicopter pilot. Okay, it is an example of the reinforcement learning. In game playing, uh, it can be used in the game playing also, in chemistry also, business, manufacturing, and the financial sector. So we have talked about the reinforcement learning. Okay, now what are the types, how it is working? Okay, so it has different kind of things. Means if we will go deeper into it, then it has different kind of things that that is very deep. Okay, that is very deep. Now, so what are the use cases? If I will talk about the use cases, okay, as I have mentioned you that it is a one of the what machine learning technique, right? Machine learning technique. So if I will talk about the real time use case, suppose take the example teaching a machine to play video games. Okay, teaching a machine to play video games. So this is one of the example. Another example, if you will take, if you will move little to means to the more real world, then the self-driving cars, okay, or the autonomous vehicles. As you know that there is no way to predict all the possibilities while we are on the road. Yes or no? While we are on the road, we can't predict all the possibilities at that time. So that and lengthy if-then block would take time and lack fully formed logic. But because the developer cannot always monitor the algorithms, the learning methods need to be unsupervised. Okay. So by making the method of the reinforcement learning, the humans are allowing the agent to gain the complexity. Okay. And also become more intelligent as the time passes. Okay. And you could also allow the agent to focus on the features such as speed of the car so that the car can determine the fastest path and makes the changes of the course if something should change the speed of the chosen path. Okay, so these are the some of the real world use cases. Okay, real world use cases. So here, what we have learned that the reinforcement learning it is another machine learning technique that is used in the data science. Yes or no? That works with the unsupervised that works the unsupervised after a set of instructions that is created for the agent to follow. Okay, we have also learned that how the agent explore the different possibilities, like if it is going to the means the diamond part, then it will get the reward. If it is going to the fire part, it will means have some penalty. Okay, so there's different possibilities and the phases that like either earning a reward or punishment is associated. So it may learn which decisions yield the best outcomes. Okay, it will learn what decisions will yield the best outcomes, and based on that, it will perform the action. So it can then balance. Okay, it can then balance that exploring the new decisions with the exploiting the best outcomes it has already discovered. Okay, so obviously, the understanding how to reward the model, uh, I think it was the most difficult piece of understanding the reinforcement learning. Okay, it is a very advanced kind of learning. So, just to make you more deliberate, to make you more anxious to learn about reinforcement learning, because we all know that data science is a very used part nowadays. Okay, and inside this data science only, whoever the data scientists are there, whoever the researchers are there, how whoever the scientists that they are making the man-made robots. Okay, so this evolution is completely based on the data science, the machine learning, the deep learning, and the reinforcement learning part. Okay, so I have shown you the examples also. So once, so this will create, I think, I hope you have a better understanding of this technique now. So this is completely all about today's session. Okay, what is the types, what is the importance? Okay, so when we are talking about the importance, then as we have already knew about what is reinforcement learning, what are its applications and the features, so from that you can analyze that what is the impact that it has been created in our today's generation. Okay, whatever impact that it has created in our today's generation. So this is the complete, this is not the complete actually, this is the overview, this is the topic that I have come up with to make you know, to make you understand that okay, we have such kind of things in our data science. Okay, so it will be very interesting to learn, it will be very interesting, it will become very interesting to learn this kind of techniques which will provide us a very good and better future. Okay, so yeah, if you have any questions, this is all about today's session. This is all about today's session, and if you have any questions, you can ask me, or if you have any non-technical questions or something, you have the contact number and the contact details on the screen. So we have 3 branches. We have 3 offices of our Sankhyana, and recently also we have opened the office in Kenya. So the first, the head office is at the Kulapa Circle, Kamanahalli, Bangalore. Second office we have the second branch we have in the HSR layout, sector 2, and the third branch we have in the Rohtas, Bihar. If you have any talking, any non-technical questions or query, you can contact here at any time. Okay. If you have any technical query, now you can ask me.
Okay, thank you for your scheduled event.
Okay. Thank you so much. So, okay. This is all about today's session. Stay with us to learn about some new things, some new innovations. Okay, some new topics that we will come up with in the next session. Okay, when we will go forward. So yeah, this is all about today. So bye everyone. Have a good day ahead. I'm wrapping up this session. Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining the session.